Before we begin the festivities, we want to welcome actually all the guests and well-wishers that are bringing all of their love and bringing all of their blessings to our wedding ceremony today. And specifically, we want to make reference to and appreciating the presence of Mavona, Norman, Beverly, and Kurtz. You know, physical presence is not something that love is dependent upon. Whether someone, it's not like a material thing like light. If you shine a light, the farther away we are from the source of the light, the dimmer it gets, isn't it? The same is true with sound. We can call out, and the further you get, the more difficult it is to hear. But love is the perfect bond, the perfect connection, which really, there's nothing material that can break it. Just like, for example, when we first landed on the moon, what year was that? 60-something, wasn't it? 69. So they were asking Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon. He said, what were your thoughts when you stepped on the moon? He said, I was thinking about my family. I was thinking about my wife, and I was thinking about my children. He said, in fact, I felt their presence stronger than if I was on planet Earth. And even a more extreme example is separation by death. If we lose someone from this world, still we find they actually become manifest even stronger in our hearts. It's a connection that can never be broken. So anyway, we're acknowledging all these wonderful people here with us today. Looks like there's just 4 of us, but I guess there's practically an infinite number of people that are with us here today. One of the wonderful things we like to do in Hawaii as a symbol of love is offering of flowers, offering of leis. You know, nowadays, if you want to get a gift for somebody, you can go to Kmart and Walmart and go online, isn't it? There's an infinite number of places. But back in the original days of the Hawaiians, they only could go to the forest and see, what could I find to give to my love, yeah? There's no internet. There were no stores. They would simply look for the gifts of God. And flowers, which are such a great symbol of love, a gift from the heavens, with the beautiful colors, the beautiful scents and aroma, and the healing qualities. What else can you get? So anyway, the Hawaiians were very much appreciative and flattered when gifts of flowers were given. So we have some flower lace to exchange. There we go. Thom.
Okay, ready? So I put it over you, gently. I'll move you there. I'll give your hair off. Gently and then. Okay. A long breath.
There we go. Yeah.
And then take the flowers back. Yeah. Or I'll take the flowers. And Captain Howie is.
Mein roses kokion, Arlanimor, mein lilis grignon, Arlanimor, mein hariadine, en koskirno, acordivore Arlanimor mein caragueste Levim und sciarad gairem caria O amgilchon fedi felili Acambechgan en oros mari Arlanimor mein kereglesion Arlanimor mein blod armebion Arlanimor mein povrin wedai Arlanimor mein hariarinai Arlanimor mein povrin wedai Arlanimor mein hariarinai This is the moment I waited for. I can hear my heart singing. Soon bells will be ringing. This is a moment of sweet aloha. I will love you longer than forever. Promise me that you will leave me never. Here and now, dear, all my love I vow, dear. Promise me that you will leave me never. I will love you longer than forever. Now that we are one, thou canst hide the sun. Blue skies of Hawaii smile on this our wedding day. I do love you with all my Can I tell him about the tunnel thing?
Yeah.
Anne has visions and dreams, and she's been experiencing content from the tunnels coming out
Hawaii
of.
tunnels,
And she
yeah.
realized from Mike that the ancestors
Not
of
from
Hawaii.
Wade, from Wade this morning.
Oh, Wade, okay.
Was
From Wade,
talking.
that the ancestral people of Hawaii have burial grounds that
That
were disturbed during the
tunnel.
tunneling. If you know,
So what are you saying?
to bless that we're here
blessing.
today in the living presence of.
Yeah.
But the people who've been on this island for many thousands of years, that that's one of the things we honor about this island,
Okay.
this place. So,
Very good. Well, I'll say something.
something that goes back to them.
Okay. So we're going to continue on now with the sounding of the conch shell. And in our islands, before any sacred event, the officiating priest sounds a shell as a gesture to implore or to beseech the blessings and presence of God. The Hawaiians perceive God in many ways. God of the wind, God of the sun and moon. They were sort of polytheistic in a lot of ways. And they also perceived divinity through the ancestors. Those back infinitely far. Those living in our Hawaiian Islands, those even prior that bore the progeny that came to our Hawaiian Islands. And by the sound of the shell, it actually invites all of those great personalities to be with us and to give their blessings. So we always blow it 3 times. The first 2 sounds are short, but the third is long and sustained. And that long tone symbolizes long life and long relationships. And also the Hawaiians would say if that third sound is inhumanly possible, because the shell takes a lot of air to blow it, and I'm kind of a skinny old guy, they would say if that note is beyond the human range, that the great personalities were indicating their presence by giving extra breath. So I'm going to let you judge on that third one if we've gone beyond the possibilities of this skinny old guy here in this great big shell. Like a trumpet, you can blow a pretty long note, but not a tuba, right? So you exhale with me on the third and see if all the ancestors and all the gods are with us, okay? So Thom and Ann, we are assembled together this beautiful morning here in the Hawaiian Islands on the 14th day of April, the year 2014. Geographically, we are standing in the most isolated place on Earth. It's interesting if you ever look at a globe, or I don't know if they still have globes, but Google Earth or something, and point and click and turn it around. You won't find any landmass more distant from a significant continent in the Hawaiian Islands. I don't think it matters what anyone's religious or spiritual ideologies or persuasions may be. Whatever is divine, how can you not feel that presence in these beautiful islands? You feel the balmy breezes are blowing right off the ocean. You're standing in a botanical garden with cascading waterfalls and flowing fountains, and swaying palms, and green grasses, and the warm Hawaiian sun rising in the sky. By the way, we call this the Hawaiian sun. In Wales, they may call it the Welsh sun. Isn't it? It's everyone's sun, but it manifests itself in such a unique way. No matter where we are, it's our sun. And in this beautiful botanical garden on this very heavenly tropical island, we're going to perform a sacred ceremony of matrimony, wherein the two of you are going to join heart and soul in the most sacred and cherished relationship of husband and wife. And what you're now sharing with each other is the greatest joy known to mankind: love. I'm not talking about the physical body, I'm talking about the soul. Our soul is all about love. It is inseparable from the soul, as much as you cannot separate heat and light from fire. Fire is heat and light, isn't it? And our soul is all about love. And whether that soul is born into a Welsh body or to an American body or Celtic body, wherever the soul appears, North Pole, South Pole, isn't it? Everyone is mad after love. It's the primal call of the soul. The first thing a child does, where's mommy? Where's love? When mommy gives our first taste of love, then our life becomes a great journey to taste the infinite varieties of love. Love of mommy, love of daddy, brothers and sisters, love of friends. And if we're very fortunate, one day, well, as we're growing, I would say in a normal family, we feel completely satisfied in that love department. Grandma, grandpa, even our faithful dog sometimes, or kitty, are a great source of love. But at a certain juncture, we all start noticing, I think there's something more. And honey, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but a young maiden, maybe even before sexuality starts to complicate her life, she's already fashioning in her mind, this is all great, but when will Prince Charming be arriving on his white horse to take me off to Never Never Land? And Thom, isn't it true? Very young in life, we're already thinking, where is the love of my life? I mean, whatever our orientation may be, yeah? We're looking for that intimate love. And if we're fortunate enough to find that amorous love in our lives, then what more does this world have to offer us? Yeah? I mean, when we have love, we really have everything. If we could offer you today anything in this world of your dreams, what could we offer in exchange for your love? Anything. Name it. But we separate you.
Respect.
Okay. What we want to talk about then, in a very candid, in a very realistic way, is the reality of never losing what you've got. Now I'm going to say something right now that's unconventional at a wedding. A bit of a downer. But I want to say it because I want to bring urgency to what we're going to accomplish today. And that is that I would say, if we were to ask any couple in love, what can we give you to have you separate? They're all going to say the same thing. Nothing. Why? Because you're feeling what?
Love.
You're feeling love. Love makes you inseparable. Here's the downer. The vast majority of couples that will say that, at some juncture along the way, they drop it, they lose it, that love, and they never recover it. Most relationships separate. We've got to talk about what goes wrong. We want to make sure that you're fully prepared for this journey. So I got to speak from my heart. It's all right?
Yes.
In your countries, I know very little about Wales, other than they have their own language, and it's a neat little island somewhere near England, but own identity. And in the Celtics as well, do they at weddings make mention something like this? Good times, bad times, sickness, health, for richer, for poor, for better, for worse. It's funny how this is pervaded itself all throughout the world in all cultures. So someone really wise spoke those words, but I think it's kind of lost its meaning. It's said almost like a nursery rhyme. As cavalier as we'd say, Mary had a little lamb with fleece as white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Good times, bad times, sickness, health, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse. I want to talk about what I think it really means, and I'm going to confess, I never